So hello guys. Let's get the stream. So what's up guys? Hope you all are doing well. We have gold in here. 1 hour candle is about to close. News happened already. And there was a long even before the news. That one is done already. That one hit TP. Yeah, overall we're very near the all-time highs again. This 1 hour. Let's see how it's gonna close. But yeah, I'll wait for some people to come in and then I will start with like a top-down analysis. Hello, Grams. Hope everything is fine. If there is anything with the sound or whatever, you guys can just let me know. And if it's good, you can also let me know that it's, well. Sound is good, perfect. Blurry screen. That shouldn't be the case. Maybe check your settings. Yeah, no, it should not be the case. Grams, actually, it's the first one in a while, but we're gonna do them regularly now. So make sure to subscribe, and we also have a bunch of videos. You can watch them all. We have, it's in the, it should be in the description. We have a complete free course, almost like 2 hours long, and you can go watch that. That will be a really good foundation for your trading journey. It's on YouTube, you know, so just check it out. Yeah, Red November, I think, I don't know. Does any of you guys have a blurry screen, or is it just him? Yeah, perfect. Okay, so with gold, I mean, it's not a secret. Gold has been doing all-time highs like crazy. We had on the daily, we had multiple manipulation candles. If you are not familiar with the manipulation candle, a manipulation candle is a candle that, for example, in this instance, where we break the low, and then also make this black, and then we break the high and we still close above the wick of the previous candle. If it's a bullish one, of course, then vice versa, you know, obviously. And bearish, also the same. Look at this candle, broke the low, but also broke the high and closed below. So that's why this candle is a manipulation candle. And yeah, we had like 3 of them. And we even had a bear trap. If you're not familiar with the bear trap setup, once you close above a bearish manipulation candle in an uptrend, that becomes a bear trap. And that bear trap setup played out really, really well. 400 pips as a stop loss, and it's still going. Around like 3,000 pips that we went up from there. Pretty crazy move. We've ranged like, for how long? Yeah, pretty much like 4 months. Around 4 months we ranged. And yeah, that's why you're seeing a move like this now. And also with the things going on around the world, gold probably will just keep on pumping, you know, unless something happens and they just changed, big things change, you know. I think it will just keep on pumping. Look at this pump, you know, like all the way from up here. And if you guys remember what happened here, 9th of October, we started to pump. And if you go to the daily, you guys will see something very interesting. If you're familiar with the strategy, we had a daily manipulation candle, Doji plus MC, and from there on, we never went back, you know. And very, very interesting is this right here. Look at this, how we retested the body right here to the pip, you know, the weekly MC. We retested it and bounced up from there. Of course, things happened around the world. If you guys familiar what happened on that weekend, this is 9th October and 7th October, something happened in the Middle East, as you guys probably know. And yeah, the daily MC gave it away as well. Hamza is coming, so I'm just gonna let him in and come back, guys. Give me a sec. So yeah, yeah, I'm back, guys. So the reason why I talked about that is so you guys realize that all the things that are going on around the world, and those are of course impacting the price, but most of the times those things are pre-coordinated, you know, like pre-planned. And the same thing with the what Trump is doing, you know, stopping the tariffs, and then just stock market is pumping. Those things are not a coincidence, you know. So there was even that video going on of Trump saying this guy made 1 billion, this guy made 800 million. So yeah, those guys are doing something. If you guys have any questions, you can type it in the chat. We are about 19 people. I think we can get some more people in. Yeah, for now we have nothing on gold. There was the long setup, like I said, before the news. But other than that, there is nothing yet. We'll see. We can also check on NAS later on in about like 24 minutes. So yeah. But there is this 1 hour fair value gap on gold. So if you can come down there, start to create something from there that can become interesting, you know. If not, then probably this 1 hour manipulation candle will be the play and we drop. But since we are in a very strong bullish trend, we'll be looking for the buys only, most likely. Unless something really clean happens, you know. I have 100 questions as I don't understand what we are waiting for. I think I need to watch videos. Yeah, I mean, since you said it's the first time you found the channel, you're probably not familiar with the strategy. It makes sense, bro. So yeah, just after the stream or now, whatever, whenever you want. Like I said, just watch that video that Hamza did. It's like almost like 2 hours. And it's a full course completely for free on YouTube, and it's in the description. Just check it out. It will lay a really nice foundation and you will grasp the strategy. And yeah. Yeah. So in around like 22 minutes, we'll have NYC. Let's see what's going to happen after that. Yesterday, what happened was literally around this time, once the 1 hour candle closed, we directly got a 5-minute manipulation candle. I don't know why the long signal is now not showing up here. There should be an issue here, but there was a long signal here, and that buy was pretty nice. Also, you can just turn off the shorts, to be honest, since I'm not even looking for those. I'm only looking for the trend trade. Yeah, stay tuned for the announcement. It will be really interesting, you know, because you guys see this thing on my screen, the indicator. It will make a big change. I mean, even for us, to be honest, it's a really big help, to be honest, because it's literally just showing you the signal, you know, like long TP. I mean, of course, this is set for 1-to-1, but I can easily, you know, play with the settings. Let me remove this for the time being. I can easily play with the settings and make the multiplier 2. And then you guys will see that the TP will jump up. Right here, it should change in a second, right there. So that's the beauty of that, you know. And this is a very good tool to yeah, just show you the entry signal, show you the exit signal. There is zero discretion, no human discretion whatsoever. So It took a really long time to program this, but we've been sitting on this now for working on it, I think 4 or 5 months almost. And now it's starting to pay off and it's almost finished. It's about to be finished. And once it is at 100%, we will make that announcement. And of course, I mean, execution will not be in this, but there won't be a bot or something, by the way. Like, if you guys think that's what's coming, it won't be that. I myself had many problems in the past with bots, with trading bots and auto traders, they call it, EAs. And yeah, that's not something recommended, but we're working on that. I believe that with our strategy, because it's so mechanical, we can even do that, but that will take much more time, of course. But for the future, that could be interesting. Do you guys code strategies also to work on MT4, MT5? We did that. A friend of mine who is a coder, with him we did that. But like I said, that's something that's you really want to have it at 100%, you know, like you can't just put it out there and yeah, hope for the best or something. Even though the results were quite really good actually on MT5, because as you guys know, if you're not familiar, on MT5 you can backtest your strategy. If you have the code, you put it in and then it gives you the numbers, gives you the results. So we did that, but like I said, that's not something that is ready yet. But what you guys see right here, this indicator, this will be ready soon. It will display the fair value gaps. You don't have to, literally, you don't have to do anything. Nowadays, I don't do anything anymore. I don't mark out anything. I just wait, you know. It's as simple as that. I mean, and the alert section will also be there. So right here, for example, the alerts, I have them paused now. Look, for example, right here. And yeah, so yeah, it will be really nice things coming up. Summer was not that great, to be honest. Our markets were not the best, but now markets are back to normal, I think, and we will have good times ahead again. And yeah, let's see. And with this new product, I think also the next year will be will have a blast. Yeah, we still didn't tap the 1 hour fair value gap yet. We have in around like 15 minutes, we have NYC. Let's see what's gonna happen. Maybe NYC can bring in some volume. NAS is also just hovering around, waiting for the New York Stock Exchange open. Yeah, 15-minute candle closed, and it closed bullish. But nothing to work with yet. If you guys have some other markets that you want us to look at, we can also do that. Some other assets maybe. We mainly trade gold and NAS for the New York session and London session sometimes. But the strategy works on everything, literally, so It's just about the time frame, you know. Of course, I would not trade the 5 minute on Euro USD. That would not make that much sense. On gold, you can do it, of course, because look, on gold, 1 5 minute candle, let's take this one for example, is 60 pips in volume. Go ahead and I mean, we can even do it right here. Let's measure this bullish candle. It's 9 pips. So gold, the 5 minute on gold is 6 times bigger, you know. And the daily range on Euro USD is not much either, you know. So if you look at the daily candles, the biggest one you will find maybe 100 pips, maybe on a news day 150 pips. So 70 pips on that daily candle, and gold had that almost on a 5 minute, you know. That's why the lower time frames can work on gold and work on NAS, but most likely will not work that well on Euro USD and on those kind of pairs. But then if you go like maybe to the 30 minute or 1 hour, maybe even 15 on Euro USD, then of course your results will be much better, you know. Yeah. And if you haven't already, you can leave a like on the stream, guys. We'll try to do this now regularly. And yeah, if you like the stream, give a like on it. I mean, we just started, but regardless of that, we can bump up the likes here, I think. Yeah, we're approaching the 50 level now. Let's see, we have around like 10 minutes for NYC. I haven't taken a trade yet. This one I also didn't take. This one played out, but I didn't take it. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, have you guys taken a trade yet today? I mean, there was not much movement, to be honest. This is like Asia session. Asia session gave a setup from the 4-hour fair value gap and the daily open. Like, let's say you got in here. Yeah, you hit the TP there. Yeah, this is like the only setup for London. There was not a setup because this one was not from an area of interest. There is no level, even though it played out. Yeah. I think recently, like Asia session is like always moving really well, I think. And it's giving like really, really easy moves, you know. Yeah, let's check on NAS really quick. So on NAS, I think we are at all-time highs again. Yeah, we just took out the all-time highs again. So yeah, that would be a tough one. I mean, if it just rips from the all-time high, continues, it is what it is. But uh, we would need some kind of a structure to be formed here for sure to get like a good trade, you know, because of course you can get a trade, but you want a really nice trade. But even right here, like on NFP, we had this trap, and this was the final liquidity wrap. I think we even gave a shot like on the buys there. If you guys look at it here, we gave this buy a shot, but then we got taken out and then it went, and this is like literally the low, and it even gave the signal afterwards as well, like long here. And this is the low right now. Since that we hit now the all-time highs. Yesterday it gave an entry here. I was not at the charts after that. I was in the gym, and this bear trap played out really nicely for the PM session. But yeah, also gold yesterday only gave like one entry. This one, and that was about it, you know. Yeah. So let's see. Let's see. I mean, it's a bit of a waiting game. That's why this yeah, we don't have anything either now. We just had PPI, and that's about it for today. There is no news anymore, which is also good, to be honest, because we can just have the raw price action and see what's NYC is gonna do and work with that. What's your plan for XAUUSD? I talked about it in the beginning. What I'm looking for mainly is buys. Why? Because yeah, just look at the trend, you know. Trend is clearly bullish still. Of course, we could turn here now and maybe we drop, but we don't know that. We don't have that information. And for now, I'm only looking for buys, because buys will be the easy play. Look, even yesterday, like when we drop, this is like a, yeah, kind of like a clean drop, but then every time you are in these cells, imagine these pullbacks, you know. So price cannot sustain the drops, you know. They are very erratic moves. You don't have like clean drops, you know. Look, yesterday this one was a really like a crazy whipsaw move. So that's why you always want to be on the trend side, you know. And for me to take sells, we would have needed like an intraday a bearish trend at least, you know, something like that. And the intraday is also not bearish, so there is literally nothing bearish. And why should I look for sells? You know, of course, maybe this daily candle flips, comes all the way down. You know, we have these daily imbalances. You know, we tapped this one already, but we didn't tap this one. So those things can happen. But yeah, that's not something that I can work with. What I can work with is, okay, I have my trend, I have my information, and once I get confirmations here, you know, let's say we come down, tap this 1 hour fair value gap, or come even a little bit lower to the midnight, and we start to get the confirmations, then we can look for the buys and take an easy trade and take a loss on the chin or take a win on the chin, and then move on with our day. So yeah, that's my plan for gold, and I pretty much have the same plan for NAS. Especially on NAS, like at the end of the day, that asset is a bullish instrument, you know. So on NAS, you yeah, I mean, as long as you don't have like a crazy bearish trend, you always want to be bullish. You always want to take the buys, because it's just super easy, you know, to take the buys, because it's just a bullish instrument. Those assets were created to go up. Same as gold. Gold is also, at the end of the day, why are people investing in it? You know, they want to protect their money. They want to grow their capital or protect it. So these assets are programmed to go up, you know. So, I mean, as long as it's not crazy bearish or something, you always want to be bullish, especially if it's bullish like that. We are at all-time highs. You don't want to sell the all-time highs. You just want to take the pullbacks and just buy again and then buy again. Of course, you will have losses here and there, but you will get the easy trades, you know. Just yesterday, I saw a post on Twitter. Was like a Turkish trader, and I'm seeing the guy always like posting the counter trend trades, you know. I think I mean, he's probably making his money, that's why he's keep on doing it. But there is a much easier way, you know, because why always try to counter trend and try to aim for that sniper entry when you can have like really easy trades, you know, and just continue with the trend. Of course, the trend trades for the human psychology is a little bit harder, because if you are right here in the buy, it's hard to imagine, okay, we will continue making all-time highs and prices never been here, and we will go there, you know, as if going for the reversal. Because let's say you go here for the reversal, this is very easy, because you know, okay, we have recent price action here, I have something to target, I have this high to play with, you know. And that's why when you are at all-time highs, when you get in, and you should at least have like, let's say for example this trade right here, right, you should at least have like around like a 1-to-1 range to the high. So once you take out that high and you create the all-time high, you can put this trade at break even and hold it, you know, for the 2R or 3R, whatever your target is. And if you guys are, what you guys are seeing on the screen right here is I have marked out every $10 price. If you guys can see, I have 36.60, 36.70, 36.50, 40, 30, and so on and so forth. Why do I have this? Because this is something that I've been working with for some years now. And especially when you have all-time highs on gold, these key levels will be a really, really nice tool for you to use. And it will give you guidance, you know. For example, if you were in this buyer yesterday, there are no targets, right? There are no targets because there is not like a recent price action that you can target. Only two choices that you have is you can play with the standard deviation of this candle. Let me make this black. You can play with the standard deviation of the manipulation candle. Say, okay, I'm gonna target 2, which is safe. 2 is always safe, or the 3, but the 4, for example, didn't hit, right? And this was also news, so you should have a TP here, otherwise you would have not closed that trade there. So this is something that you can work with, the standard deviation, which is a really, really nice tool. If you're not familiar with it, this is some free sauce that I'm giving away for you guys here. Or what you can work with are the key levels, you know. Look, we have the 70 here. And usually if you close above a key level in a trend, yeah, we are in a bullish trend and we closed above the 60, then you know the next destination is the 70. If you close above the 70, next destination will be 80. We didn't close above 70. That's why we came back down. But these kind of tools can be very, very useful for you if you want to trade at all-time highs, because at all-time highs you have to trade very differently because there is no recent price action. You don't have any history, you know. So yeah, that's about it. So let's see, we have NYC now coming up already. Nothing yet. Yeah, we're just waiting here at this point. And I don't think that we will get it set up like right away now. Maybe it takes some time, but we can check NAS for the time being. Amazing. If you go back into the stream, you guys will see that what I told you, we are right at the all-time highs. We just swept them and we want to get this pullback. Now the beautiful thing is that we already got the pullback with NYSE. And we have this 1 hour fair value gap in here as well. This is the news candle. So what can happen is we can take out this news low. You can also check the futures chart. Maybe we took it already. Yeah. Yeah, not really. You know, on the futures chart, we didn't really take it out. Let me mark that as well. So yeah, let's see. Also, we have to check if we took out the all-time high on the futures chart. No, we did not. So futures, we didn't have an all-time high yet. On the CFDs, we had it, but on the on futures, we didn't have it yet. So that's also interesting. And yeah, at this point, we just have to wait. You know, we can get a trade any second. No, I'm just kidding. Just giving FOMO. But yeah. That's the thing right now. And patience is key. Today is Wednesday. So yeah, we just have to wait a little bit, be patient, and maybe we get a trade. Has anyone taken any trades yet? Maybe that long pre-news, this one. I don't even know how many pips is that. Yeah, 70 pips. It's nothing. Very small move. Yeah, so there is actually even a bear trap right here. But the thing is that we don't have a level there, you know. We only have the key level. This right here. This is a bear trap setup. Why? Because we have a bearish manipulation candle, even though the indicator is not showing it. We broke the high, broke the low, closed below. This is a manipulation candle. So this is like a bear trap setup, but it's not, doesn't have a high probability, you know. Why? Because there is no level. But it looks like this 1 hour is going to get trapped. This was the first NYC candle. This is the second one. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, for the time being, like I said, if you guys have any questions, type it in the chat. We can go through them, you know. And don't try to force any trades or something, you know. As of right now, we are still in a range on gold. It's not like a crazy nice price action or something. So be patient. All it's coming down to is like in 20 minutes, you know, because we still have this 1 hour, which is a bearish manipulation candle. If we trap this, most likely will continue higher, you know. We can trap this, come back, maybe a little pullback, and then continue higher. Yeah, let's see. But the only issue is that we don't have a level there, so it will be tough to get into positions. But the session also just started, so a lot can happen, you know. Yeah, 5-minute candle closed bearish. We can also check NAS right here. So NAS just took out the low. Yeah, took also out on the futures chart. Yeah, let's see. Nas definitely has some more action. The good thing is that we now have this pullback because we were away. Yeah, we are now away like 50 ticks and like 130 pips points from the all-time high. The CFDs already had the all-time high, but now it's much better because we have now much more range to work with, you know. So that's a good thing. You know, like we can now, if we build up some structure in here and get the confirmations, we can maybe get this move, you know, to the upside. Okay, this one was a bit ugly, but you guys get the idea, you know. Can I change the color? Yeah, whatever, like something like this. If it drops, it drops, you know. But even if it's like in a half an hour or whatever, you know, if you start to build up that structure in here, it can get interesting for NAS. Yeah. Yeah, we are seeing a rejection now. Let's see. Mm. Yeah, gold is not doing anything, literally ranging. NAS 15-minute candle is about to close now. We took out the low, closed above. Yeah, the more we hang around in this area and build up structure and then go up, it's much better, you know. It, the more like people get enticed in here, buy, get stopped out, and then, you know, we get the good confirmation, the better it is. Yeah, now we took out the low again. Yeah, gold also is not doing anything literally. Let's see when volume will kick in. 15-minute candle, still closed bullish. There is the possibility for the wick fill, but we closed again below. Let's see. I think NAS is looking much better to give a setup. So we'll look at that for the time being. Yeah, this is the 4-hour value gap. And we tap now also almost the 1-hour value gap fill on NAS. So it's looking interesting. If this candle breaks the high, that's like a stop loss of around 40 points, which is a really nice stop loss, by the way. So if that happens, we break the high, close above, we'll get into buys with a stop loss around 40, let's say 40 points. You have a perfect 1 to 2 already, you know, to the high, which is ideal, because we would be out before we get into all-time highs. And potentially, of course, once we get here, maybe it goes for more, you know. But yeah, as of right now, it's flipping back. Doesn't look like it. But that's the idea, you know. I'm not going to sell into these levels. That doesn't make sense, at least for my strategy. But if we come down, it can be in this area, it can be in this area, or in this area, I don't care. Even, to be honest, if we do take out these lows right here, that's even much better for us, you know. If you come down here, sweep these lows and build up the bullish structure from there, then that move will be a much stronger move, you know. But if the momentum is strong and the trend is strong enough, we can easily build it up from here and go for the next leg up. We have around 1.5 minutes. It would look something like this. I'll keep this here. I'll keep this here for the time being, you know. And it will be around the 1 to 2. And I'll keep my terminal here on the side. Yeah, so be ready for that, guys. If that happens, we will get into a position and it will probably be a fast trade because we have volume in the markets right now. We'll have like 10 minutes to go then for the hourly close, but this thing has to push up now a little bit faster for us to get the setup. Yeah, bit unlucky, we didn't get it yet, but let's see, maybe because we didn't get it yet, maybe we can we get the move down, take out this low, and then get the confirmation. But as of right now, confirmation is not there, so we cannot take this trade. Why can we not take this trade? If you're not familiar with the strategy, if you would have broken like this high right here of the previous candle, then this candle would have turned red. And that means that it's a manipulation candle. And if it's a manipulation candle, we take that trade. If it's not, we cannot take that trade, unfortunately, you know. So it is what it is. But It's not something bad. It means most likely price needs a little bit more time, a couple more buyers to give the move to the upside, or it will not give it regardless, you know. That can also be, but the confirmation is not there yet. But we are in an area of interest. So if you come down, range, take out lows, whatever, give the confirmation again, we can take the trade with the confirmations then, you know. 10 minutes to go for this hourly candle. Most likely we will trap this and then build up something. And that's even better, to be honest, with the new hourly candle. If we can take out the low and then, oh, it did it already, I think. Oh yeah. Yeah, that thing got trapped already. So congratulations, you just saved up some equity just by not taking that trade. And that's why the right system is very important with the right confirmations. Your strategy works or not? I don't know, you tell me. We just avoided a loss right here just by waiting for our entry confirmations. Let me check the CFD chart. Yeah, it's the same. So if you FOMO'd into buys here, yeah, you took the loss on the chin. And what do you guys think? Like, we'll get a new all-time high on NAS or not? Type it in the chat. You know, if you think we'll get a new all-time high, type it in the chat. If you think we don't get a new all-time high, also type it in the chat. Give a reasoning, you know. Maybe we'll find out today. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, we are rejecting now. Let's see. XAL Trader is saying most likely new all-time high. Very nice pullback with NYC. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. EOS new all-time high. Just need the MC XAL Trader. Yeah, exactly. We just need the entry confirmation and we'll take that trade. Simple as that. And the lower it is, the better it is. Like I said, if we can sweep down these lows, you know, that will be an even bigger move then. It will be a stronger move. And yeah, if we get that, it will be probably now with the new 1 hour candle, most likely. Probably after 10 a.m. Yeah, exactly. Yes, London low into 4 hour FEG, gold just ranging. Yeah, exactly. Gold is just ranging. And that's why I'm saying, like, most likely NAS can get the can give the setup, you know. Nas can pay today, but we just have to wait. Love your patience, brother. CPI tomorrow. Yeah, appreciate it, bro. I mean, this is like the most basic thing that you need. Like, if you want to be successful in trading, that's the most basic thing that you need. You have to be patient. If you're not patient, yeah, you'll have a tough time trading. And it's also just about like, you just have to know what you're doing, you know. Like, if you know what you're doing, it won't be that tough, you know, because look, even now with the indicator, you have everything set up. Like, I don't even have to do much, you know. I just have to wait till I get a signal. Of course, sometimes it won't be accurate, and then I get in manually, you know. But yeah, it's as simple as that. And if I look at gold here, and I'm seeing this ugly range, I mean, why should I take a trade here? It doesn't make sense, you know. You take a trade here, and then you will lose that trade most likely, and you will just lose equity, you know. Whereas maybe tomorrow, or like in 1 hour, or in like half an hour, I will get an easy setup, a really simple one, where I will have zero headaches, you know. Just take that trade and call it a day. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if it's a losing trade or winning trade. It should always be a trade that is part of the plan. If it's part of the plan, perfect. You took a loss, amazing. You took the loss on the chin, you move on, go about your day, you know, journal and move on. But if you took a loss and it was just a random trade, there is nothing to learn from that trade either, you know. So it should always be like that, you know. Doesn't matter if you take a win or loss, because losses are part of the game. Of course, you can have a high win rate for some time. I also sometimes have a high win rate, but it's only for a time period, you know, because market conditions change, and then you'll have a down period. Maybe your win rate goes down, you know, significantly. But it's all about the next 100 trades, you know, not about the like couple trades. Just think always about like the next 100 trades, next I don't know, 1,000 trades. Of course, you will not take that many trades in a year, but yeah. Oh, Sorrow, what's up, bro? Hope all good. Hope everyone is good. Market is pretty slow. We're waiting, not doing anything yet, sitting on our hands. But yeah, it's funny that because today we literally, I thought about starting with the live stream, and we catch a market like this, you know, where we have a ranging market again. All good, my man. Hope you're good. Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. Everything is well. We thought about starting the live stream again, and yeah. And yeah, to close off the topic about the good losses and good wins, even if you have like a winning trade, and the winning trade was not really a trade that you were supposed to take, of course it feels good to make the money short term, but it will not be good for the long run, you know, because you will build up very bad habits, and that's not good for the long run either. So yeah, anyways, 1 hour candle closed above the wick. So yeah, we did take out the lows. We tapped in the FEGs. We tapped in the previous weekly high, daily open, all of that stuff. And we closed above. So at this point, like I said, the more we range in this area, the better it is. At this point, we already have, like, once we tap the area of interest, we already have now 1, 2, 3, 4 candles. So it's about around like 20 minutes of data that we have in this area, and it's much better than right here, because right here we wanted to get in that trade if we would have broken the high and closed above, but that's only 2 candles, so it's like 10 minutes of data. Now we have 20 to 25 minutes of data, which is much stronger. Let me check gold. Yeah, gold, nothing. Yeah. And tomorrow is CPI, so maybe there won't be like crazy moves, you know. We also have the ECB press conference right after CPI. So yeah, don't jump the gun too fast, you know. Like maybe save up your bullets for tomorrow and get the easy trade. The worst thing that can happen to you, something that used to happen to me back in the days when I started, I wasn't really aware of news or something. I remember the first NFP ever that I traded was extremely random. Like I didn't have any idea about like the news event, and I just lost all the bullets, you know. It was my first month in trading, and then for example when it's CPI, I lost all my equity for the day, maybe pre-CPI, and then I missed a good trade, you know, with CPI, the easy trade after the news, or with the news, you know. So Nvidia up 4%, NQ must go up today. Yeah, I mean, let's see. Let's see. We had a really nice pullback though. We had a really nice pullback to continue to the all-time highs. But yeah, there is this bear trap setup forming right here. We broke the high. It's not super clean, to be honest, because this was not an official MC either, you know, and almost a manipulation candle. Probability is there, of course, but it's lower. On the 10-minute, we're also building up. 15-minute. And also something that you guys can do, a little trick, you can flip the chart and it will give you a different perspective, you know. Maybe you can, some people can trade sells better than buys, or vice versa, you know. And then you can use that as well. It's a good tool. Yeah. Yeah, if you haven't already, give a like on the stream, guys. It's been like an hour or so. Yeah, for some reason it's a slow day today. Let's check gold. Yeah, gold, we have a manipulation candle here, but it's only the key level. So we literally only have the key level as a level of confirmation, an area of interest. Yeah. Let's check NAS again. Yeah, tricky day. I mean, rather slow day rather than a tricky day, but yeah, let's see. Anyone taking a trade yet for the day? I haven't taken a single trade yet. I mean, not even this long right here with the news. This buy can play out, but the thing is, we only have like the 50 key level, you know. But because the trend is so strong and it's so bullish, it can still play out. But it's not like a high probability, you know. It's not like an A plus setup or even an A setup. I would say like maybe B setup because it's a strong closure, but also only because it's with the trend. But other than that, let me flip the chart and you guys will see, understand what I mean. Look, if you flip the chart, it's literally nothing, right? Because it's from a bearish perspective, it looks much different, you know. Of course, it can play out, but is it worth the risk, you know? That's the question. Because if you compare it with the setup from yesterday, there's a big difference. Because yesterday you had the PDH and also the midnight. There was also the midnight open and yeah, a really nice bullish trend. So today you only have the 50 and that's about it, you know. Of course, bullish momentum, maybe it happens, you know, maybe it plays out. But that's the question. You always want to compare, you know, like don't be in that tunnel vision that a lot of people do just to get into that into a trade, especially like when you're a session trader and you trade one session. A lot of people do that, you know, they try to force a trade for the day even though it may not be a higher probability trade, because at the end of the day you have to compare, you know. Look, like yesterday for example, there was a much better trade yesterday, right? So why risk the same amount that you risk? Maybe I'm just giving an example. Why risk the same amount that you risked yesterday for today if the setup quality is not the same, you know? Of course you can take it, but maybe be a bit sensible and reduce the risk a little bit depending on the quality of the setups, you know. Let me check NAS, by the way. Yeah, we're coming down. Yeah, not much happening here either, to be honest. Maybe we come down once again, maybe even take out the lows and then build up. So let's see. And don't forget, tomorrow is CPI. We have the ECB press conference as well. So you know, don't waste your bullets. You know, we can even, let me check BTC. BTC has been continuing to the upside. You know, something interesting I can show you guys. A buy that we had on, yeah, I even have the buy entry still there on ETH. But this was, of course, not a leverage trade. I don't do that on crypto, but it was a spot buy. Spot on, you know, perfect entry right here. We had a daily manipulation candle and then another one from an amazing area as well. Monthly fair value gap right here. And it was literally also the retest of the monthly manipulation candle. I mean, this buy was a no-brainer because literally you took the buys from like 2 years, you know, 2 years back, people got this entry and you got this entry now. So this was a really nice buy. But the all-time highs got wicked, but nothing yet. But monthly candles are strong as well. Anyways, let's go back to gold. Saw trader manipulation model really works on everything. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, on the higher time frame, I think it can really work on everything. Like I said, on a lower time frame, it doesn't make sense to go try this thing what we do on the 5-minute or 15-minute on Euro USD. But with the higher time frame, it's also pretty simple, you know. As long as you don't marry like a bias or something, it's pretty simple. But it's also way harder, you know, because you really need the patience. But those kind of things, like the worst thing that can happen is you just hold the buy. It's a spot buy at the end of the day, you know. Worst thing that can happen is you just hold it. And yeah, that's about it. Of course, with like meme coins or stuff, I would not do that. But with Bitcoin or Ethereum, you know, those things are big. Yeah, look, now we are about to create another manipulation candle. And then this thing becomes much stronger. Now, for example, the probability increases, like I would say like by 50%. Because now you have a retest and another manipulation candle. And there are no news coming out for today again. So if this will be the move, then now we will get the clean move to the upside. Let me measure this candle. It's around 30 pips. If you took it from here, take the buy up from here, it's around 50 pips. So if we do close above the session high and stuff, I would give this a shot with a 50 pip stop, targeting minimum of 1 to 2 and going break even at a 1 to 1. So be ready for that. Yeah, I got into this trade right here. I will go break even right here. Once we hit this level, we'll go break even. Technically, you can go break even if we start to take out these highs even, you know, but that's the 1 hour. Let me type it also. 1 hour break even point. Yeah. So we are in this trade. Yeah. So now just let it do its thing, chill, and either it hits the TP or hits the stop loss. Simple as that. What's Nas doing? Nah, nothing. Yeah, gold looks pretty good. Let's see if we can get some volume and we continue with the trend. Who's in this trade? Type it in the chat if you got into the trade. The XAL trader, which strategy you follow? Yeah, probably he's using the manipulation model because he's been a follower for long. I mean, I'm seeing his name on probably below like every video almost. Also appreciate the support, brother. You know, like I think you've been a supporter like almost day one maybe. And he also has a good name, XAL Trader. I appreciate everything you've done. Yeah, I appreciate it, bro. Appreciate the support. Um, yeah, 5 minute candle is about to close. Yeah, very slow movement for now. Luxury edits, you can just click the link in the description and watch the free course that we have on YouTube. It's almost 2 hours long, and that will lay a really, really good foundation for you. You know, you can watch that, and yeah, it's pretty much a whole course, you know, and it's for free on YouTube. So give it a shot, and yeah. Yeah, you're welcome. And anyone who's interested in that, just click the link in the description. I think it's the third link, and watch that video. And also you can take advantage of the free trading strategy PDFs and all the different tools that we give, you know. It's all also for free. If you haven't already, leave a like on the stream, guys. It's the first stream in a while. We are in a trade right now that didn't look that great first, but after the second manipulation candle, the probability increased. And if we can get in some volume, that trade can play out as well. NAS is still not doing anything. I mean, gold is not doing anything either, but at least gold gave a setup. So the 30-minute candle will close in about like 5 minutes. Let's see what's gonna happen. Ideally, what we would want to happen is now in the last 5 minutes, for that last 5-minute candle to push up, so the 30-minute candle closes strong. You know, of course, it can come maybe like all the way up to the 50, retest, and then flip, go higher, close up the 30-minute candle strong, and that was like then the last pullback, you know. And then we continue seeing price going higher. And that was like a bottom wick for the 15-minute candle. Yeah, let's bump up the likes, guys. With 12 likes, 21 viewers, I think we can get a little bit more than that. The pullback and the bounce up is happening right now. Let's see. Last 3 to 4 minutes for the 30-minute candle. If we can close above the wick of the previous one, that will be very nice. But the volume is very low. So hopefully we can get volume with the second 30-minute of the hourly. If that doesn't happen, then yeah, most likely price will range and will not have volume for the day, and probably market is just waiting for tomorrow, you know, for CPI and for ECB press conference. Very low volume, nice pullback. Yeah, I mean, volume is very low. Let's see, hopefully we can get some volume in. Like I said, like if we don't get the volume with the second 30-minute, yeah, it is what it is, you know, most likely then we'll range. But if the next 30-minute candle can do this, we can get that. Even if it's like a slow grind, I don't care, you know. Just have to hold the trade. But then we can get this slow grind maybe to the upside, you know. Because this 1 hour candle is still very, very small. This candle is 60 pips. So if the next 30-minute candle goes on for another 60 pips, we'll be looking at around this area. So yeah, let's see. Doesn't look like volume will come, but we'll wait. So if you just entered the stream, we are in this trade as of right now. Nothing happened yet. We are in drawdown. We're waiting for the 30-minute candle to close. And we have 1 more minute to go for this candle to push up a little higher and give a good closure above the wick at least. If we don't get that, the probability of hitting the stop becomes higher. You know. So 20 seconds to go. Okay, 30-minute candle just closed. We closed bullish. We couldn't close above the wick. And let's check the 15. Yeah. We don't have much volume yet, but even though the 50-minute candle closed bearish, it's still good that we have a longer bottom wick than a top wick, you know. So it may be just a retest. And yeah, this 5-minute candle will show that, you know, if we shoot up now with the opening and this is not just the top wick, you know, and we fill the wick and continue, awesome. If not, most likely will come to make maybe a steeper bottom wick or lower, but let's see, you know. As of right now, this is a nice pullback, and if we continue higher, that was a nice pullback to push price higher, you know. We're hovering around break even, nothing crazy, just waiting. Let's see. Good, I wait with half position on order block limit. I have no idea what that means, but okay. Sir, manipulation model will work. I don't want to say this, but I'm leaning everything but didn't give results. Like one trade won, but second and third lose. Okay. I don't know, bro. What do you mean? But free trades is a joke. You know, you need a bigger sample size than that. Maybe put a couple zeros on that. At least 2 zeros. Make it 300 trades and then tell me if it works or not. But I've been trading this strategy for the past at least 3 to 4 years. I'm trading more than 5 years. And this strategy alone, I've been trading now 3-4 years almost. With some little tweaks here and there, you know. Of course, there are periods where your win rate will be much higher and much lower. And that's just part of trading. You know, market conditions change. For example, February, March Usually those months you get really big moves, you know, really nice trendy moves. Of course, your results will not be the same as in those months as in, like, let's say August or July, when the market is really slow. But I challenge anyone, you know, just you don't even have to do it live. Just go ahead and backtest it. Go ahead and backtest it and tell me your results if you backtested, let's say, a year at least, or maybe 2 years. Yeah, NAS is not doing anything. I mean, gold is also ranging for now, but gold looks much more promising because I mean, of course, gold gave the setup, but also it looks like volume can slowly kick in, you know. Yeah, who's in this trade, guys? Who is in this trade? If you entered the stream around 10 minutes ago, you had a much better entry even. Congratulations. But it does not matter, you know, when you get in. My entry is here, you know, and yeah, the stop loss was not big anyways. Yeah, I mean, 46 pips, and it's a good stop loss. Of course, if we can get the volume in. 5-minute candle closed. So let's talk about it so you guys can also learn a little bit about price action. If we look at this 5-minute closure, what is important? The body closure is important. Right here, even though it is small, but we closed, yeah, 1.5 pips above the previous bodies. So that means that's a strong closure because we closed above the previous bodies. Let me check Oanda. Yeah, Oanda also closed above. We can check futures. Yeah, never mind. Futures is a mess. I mean, but the futures chart is always a mess. On gold, at least. You know? What indicator is that? That's a good question and a good observation, but it's not public yet, my friend. It's not public yet. Once it is public, we will let you guys know. But for now, you can see it on the stream, you know? This is a long signal. This long signal appears once this candle closes like this, and then we can even do that. Let's do a back test here. Right here, you guys can see it gives me the long signal, and okay, never mind. Normally here there should be like a green line for the TP, you know, and then it hits the TP. So it's a really nice tool. For example, right here, what is that? This is a bear trap setup, also one of our setups. In a bullish trend, you look for bearish manipulation candles to get trapped and become a bear trap. That's what we call it. And you get a buy right here after this candle closed, and then you exit right here for around the 2 hour. If you go for more than that, you go for more than that. If you go for less than that, you go for less than that. You can do anything with the indicator, you know. That this is the multiplier. I can even make it 10. Of course, my win rate will be much less, but You get the idea. Yeah. Yeah. Even though the trade is still going, the viewers are decreasing. I think people just scalped the bottom and left now. Oh, I don't know. Maybe some guys got in the wick right here when I was telling that this was a potential pullback. And it happened to be a pullback right here. I don't know. Maybe they saw something on the 1 minutes. I wasn't looking at the 1 minutes. But yeah, interestingly enough, right here on the 1 minutes, you even have a manipulation candle. And a really strong one, actually. A pretty strong manipulation candle here. But of course, it's the 1 minute, you know, so. Yeah, and also, what do you guys think if we add like a face cam? Been thinking about that. We want to try it out today, but yeah, it was a bit. It didn't fit, you know, like didn't have the time, and I also didn't want to postpone the live stream. What do you guys think of that with a face cam? Fadi Ali brothers are just awesome. Yeah, appreciate the support, brother. Appreciate your support. You guys are awesome. Yeah, I think better. Yeah, we'll try it. You know, we have to check how we can set it up. But I think it's a good idea. We will have to see with the angle, you know. But yeah, let's see. And also, let's see if we can finally get some volume in here. I mean, it's a joke. It's like a 50 pip range in here for the last 30 minutes. Maybe we need some of you guys to exit the position so we can finally push higher. That would be a bit of a help, I think. No, but jokes aside, volume is super low. Like I said, this 30-minute is a key factor. You know, like if this 30-minute candle can push up, I mean, we'll have the break even regardless anyways, but that will be a good indicator for us if we should hold this position or not, you know. But if this 30-minute candle closes the way it is now, yeah, that would be a bit of a joke. And most likely that means that we will not get any volume for today, and the market is waiting for tomorrow, because tomorrow we have CPI and ECB press conference, so we can manage the trade and wait for tomorrow. Because usually with the manipulation model, what you want to see is that market moves, yeah, let's say in the next 15 to 20 minutes at least, into your direction, you know. Most of the times, you know, like if you are seeing a range and price is just hovering around, you know, like for half an hour, from my experience, most of the time that will be a loss, you know. And that's why I said this 30-minute candle is very key. You know, the way it's behaving right now, it doesn't look that great, but we still have 70 minutes to go. You know, it can still be a retest and then still push up and then close bullish. We don't know. We'll have to wait and see. If you guys want some 1 minute action, one-minute candle, 33 pips. So volume kicked in, but in the wrong direction. Yeah, anyways, let's see. I mean, it's around 5 p.m. almost around here. I'm just waiting for this trade at this point, and after this trade, I think we can call it a day for the stream as well. So now we tap the 50. That means we broke the low of the previous 15-minute candle. Look, this 15-minute candle is now a bearish manipulation candle. Looks like the stop loss is about to get hit. You know, looks like it. We didn't hit it yet, but it looks like it can hit. We have to see how this candle closes in the next 2 minutes. We have 2 minutes to go for the 50-minute candle, and there you go. Stop loss has been hit officially. Yeah. -1 hour, no big deal. There was zero volume. If there would have been volume after these two candles, we would have pushed up at least to this area. Didn't happen. It is what it is. Part of the game. Like I said, most likely then, you know, since we didn't get this move, market is waiting for tomorrow. We can check really quick NAS. There is nothing idle on NAS, you know. So like I said, this was the only trade for the day that was valid. We took it, took the loss on the chin, no problem at all. We move on and come back tomorrow and do the same again, you know. And most likely tomorrow we'll get a very easy setup, because tomorrow is CPI, and after CPI usually you get some really clean and easy moves. So be ready for tomorrow. And I think I close the stream here now because it's been like 2 hours and trade is done also. And yeah, don't overtrade, don't try to revenge trade or something. Just call it a day. And yeah, see you guys tomorrow. Be ready for CPI. We will start the stream before CPI and we will watch CPI together. So make sure to be ready for CPI news. So yeah, anyway, see you guys tomorrow. Take care and be ready for tomorrow. Bye bye. Take care. It was a pleasure.